Hey friends, welcome back to the episode of Saturday Morning Collectibles. Today's going to be my year in review of my top 10 favorite pickups of the year. At number 10, what might be a surprise to many, is Donatello's portable portal generator. I saw a lot of negative reviews online, probably due to the price being $60 plus shipping, if I'm not mistaken at the time, for not a whole lot for what you get. But what I'll say is the thing is ginormous. It's very detailed. It comes with a few lenticulars that you can put behind it. Look at it if you move side by side. I mean, it shows pretty well. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to display. I still have to do an official review, which is why it's still in the package. But, yeah, just by looking at it, it definitely cracks my top 10. Coming in at number 9 comes this awesome Steven Spielberg tribute from Mattel. This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that came out this past summer. To my knowledge, it's one of the only, if only, figures that we have of the awesome director himself. This happens to be my favorite movie of all time. So obviously it's going to rank high on my list. The package is pretty unique. You also get one of my favorite scenes in Jurassic Park, which is Dilophosaurus going up the waterfall to spit the toxic tar into Dennis Nedry's face, which is pretty funny. He's just a funny character altogether. But yeah, I mean, you can see in the picture, let's see, his shirt looks like it's T-Rex's. He's got his director's chair there. He's got his video camera. He's got his jeans and hat, which he was famous for wearing at the time. So yeah, I just love this figure. Coming in at number 8, this might be a little odd too because it's still in the package. Again, it's one that I have yet to unbox and review, but it's going to be Bugman. The episode where Bugman and Electro Zapper appeared in just left a lasting impression on me as a kid. To see this figure come alive is just amazing to me, and NECA form is just really awesome. I can't wait to do an unboxing of this guy, but just looking at the package, I can already tell he definitely fits the bill of something that I would look at for a top figure of mine. And again, it comes in at number 8. At number 7 comes Rex 1. I say that because I'm a little shocked that I actually ranked him so low. I think that just goes to show how awesome of a year 2023 was for not only toys in general, but for the TMNT fans. We had so many awesome Turtle figures that came out this year. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, because I knew Rex 1 was coming out, that he'd be number 7 on my list, I would have told you were crazy. But it's still an awesome figure. Just because it ranks number 7 doesn't mean it's any less cool. I mean, it's still one of my favorite figures of the year by far. At number 6 comes the TMNT Universal Monster crossover. Donatello is the Invisible Man. One of my only non-NECA TMNT Turtles this year. This guy was on my most wanted list ever since I saw them announce this figure. I forgot when that was, probably 2022 at some point. But very detailed. I did a review on him recently. You can go there to watch the detailed review. But at number 6 is Invisible Donnie. At number 5 comes the Baby Turtles. This accessory pack is a must-own for any TMNT cartoon fan. NECA, again, just hit a home run with this set. The Turtles, while super small, are still very detailed. The articulation isn't that great. They're very hard to stand. But still, I mean, if you're a fan of the cartoon, this is a must-own. The accessory set came packed with a bunch of goodies. The biggest, other than these Turtles, I think, was the television with the different screens you could have on. I love having my Channel 6 April O'Neil there, and you got the VHS tapes that come with it. And yeah, that TV with the VCR and antenna on top of it is just awesome. This couch came from Hobby Lobby if anybody's interested. Yeah, but at number 5 comes the Baby Turtles. Number 4 is actually a vintage pickup. I picked this guy up on eBay not too long ago. I already have Michelangelo as Frankenstein's monster and Donatello as Dracula. I only need Raph as the Mummy and Leo as the Wolfman to complete my set, and I saw a good deal on eBay that not only included 2 of his weapons, but he also has his bandana on the back, and I couldn't pass it up. So now I'm only down to 1 to complete the first series of the TMNT Universal Retro crossover for Playmates. And this guy is in excellent condition, and I could not keep him out of my top 5 for this year. At number 3 comes Bowser from the new Super Mario Brothers movie. I'll be honest with you. After I picked this guy up earlier this year, he stayed at number 1 on my list all the way up until a few weeks ago. And you'll see why here with my numbers 1 and 2. Although he's number 3 at this video, if you'll ask me in another week from now, he could easily go from number 2 to number 1. I'll say that 1 through 3 could be moved interchangeably. I love all 3 of them so much for different reasons. Number 1 on this guy, I love different figures that are unique and different and not just a sculpt of something. I like for them to do something. I mean, check this out. You hit this button on the back, his mouth lights up red, he spits out mist. This figure is just so unique, and I love that about this figure. At number 2 comes the figure based off Peter Laird's first Turtle. This is a love letter to all the TMNT fans out there. And if you were lucky enough to get one, you should count yourself as extremely fortunate. Overall, it's just a great figure and a great representation of Peter Laird and what he represents to the TMNT community. And overall, I'm just thankful to have this one in my collection. And last comes Leatherhead from Super 7. This guy, he just blew me out of the water. I knew when I saw this thing come out that I would eventually want to get it. I don't own hardly any TMNT Super 7 figures. I believe this might even be only the second one I own. I primarily only collect the TMNT NECA cartoon line. But Leatherhead's my favorite villain of the comics. He's my favorite villain of the cartoon. He is my favorite character that Playmates made. And honestly, whenever Super 7 announced this guy, I knew I was going to have it. And they announced a sale back in November, I believe, and during Black Friday. He was only $20-some, if I'm not mistaken, and I had to jump on it. Perfect price for this figure. Very tall, very bulky, very detailed. Unlike some of the unfortunate reviewers who had this guy in the beginning, I don't know if Super 7 made a change, but he doesn't fall at all. He stands still perfectly. The joints aren't too loose. Just a great figure. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is there any that I left out that you guys have seen me unbox throughout this year? I know there's some that I still have yet to review, which I'm going to be doing hopefully in the next coming days. Is there any that you guys would have changed the order in? I know that for me, nostalgia plays a huge factor in my choice making, so I might have been blinded by that a little bit. But hey, to each their own, and we all have our own opinions, right? But thanks for a great 2023. I look forward to 2024 and what that's going to bring. If you like the content, as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.